This is video 3 of this series, and it will discuss the Old Testament clobber passages. The clobber passages are verses in the Bible that people claim to be about homosexuality. I will talk about Genesis chapter 19 and Leviticus chapters 18 and 20 in this first video about the clobber verses. Genesis chapter 19, verses 1 through 11, is about two angels disguised as male visitors to a town. A man named Lot lets them stay at his home. But during the night, the men of the town come to Lot's house and demand him to send out the two visitors so they can have sex with them. Lot refuses, but offers up his virgin daughter instead. It is obvious that this is one of the clobber passages because men are trying to rape males. And while this may be a passage forbidding male-on-male sex, there are other aspects to consider, like the fact that all of the men in this town wanted to rape two visitors, or that the town did not show hospitality to the strangers, but instead wanted to harm them and humiliate them. Leviticus is a book in the Bible filled with rules and regulations. Leviticus chapter 18 is dedicated to sexual regulation. For example, it instructs followers not to have sex with your mother, grandchildren, and most, if not all, other relatives. Along with incest, bestiality, and having sex with a woman who is on her period are forbidden. Verse 22 says, "Do not have sexual relations with a man as one does with a woman. That is detestable." Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13 says, "If a man has sexual relations with a man as one does with a woman, both of them have done what is detestable. They are to be put to death. Their blood will be on their own heads." These verses are both to the point, but this is where the time period context comes into play. Are we sure that these homosexual acts were between two people in a committed relationship? However, the main argument given against these verses is that many of the laws listed in Leviticus are ignored today, like eating shrimp or meat from pigs, like the haircuts or tattoos we get, like the clothing made of mixed fabrics we wear. So if we ignore some of these rules, how can we claim that others are still applicable?